You have not known joy in video and photography until you've used geared camera heads. How many times have you set up a shot and you're looking through the camera, everything's just right, and you tighten the things in the position, and then the camera settles. And it's like, no matter how tight you tighten the head, the camera settles this way or this way. It doesn't lock right perfectly in the position where you like, no matter how tight you. So this video is about camera heads. And the camera heads that most people use, which is the standard ones where you turn it like this, you lock it, you turn it like this, you lock it, you turn this, and you lock it. These are standard ones, but they always settle. It drives you crazy because you can't get the person's head get caught off or something. So this video is about getting rid of these ones and getting what's called a geared head. It's very similar to these, except these things are geared. There's little gears inside there, and when you turn it, see this right here? This is the degrees. It only turns if you turn a gear. So there's like a worm gear in there, and it turns in either direction, and you have to turn this. And then it stays. It does not drift anything at all. These are called gear heads. This is what's going to save your sanity in photography. You can see here we have all kinds of gear heads that we're going to go through. And these ones here are the ones that I bought just to try out. We're going to go through all kinds of stuff. If you're traveling and if you're hiking, people tend to like to use ball heads. And I have, as you can see, I have hundreds of them. Ball heads are fine, and they have some big ones too, and they range in price from $10 to several $100s, including this one here by Manfrotto. This is the X Pro ball head. This costs $160, which is as much as these geared heads here. The problem with ball heads, just like the normal heads, is like, here's a normal head. This is the worst one. This one is notorious. It's a Manfrotto. You think it'd be good. No matter how hard you crank it, it will still drift a bit. And ball heads are really no different. The thing about these is they're small, they're lightweight, and they don't cost a lot. This one by Small Rig, it's really cute. It's only 6.8 ounces. Here's one by Andor. This one is, per gear, same thing. Look, it's the exact same thing, but they have different names on them. But anyway, you just turn it, put it in a position, and then you lock it. But it will still drift a little bit. And please don't leave your ball head in the bottom of the comments below. I know everybody's going to say, well, I've got the XC25D in it ball head, and it works great. Sure, great. There's thousands of ball heads out there. But trust me, if you have a full frame camera with a 70 to 200 on there and you lock it into place, it's going to go just a little bit. The moment you let go, it's going to go So, okay, ball heads are great if that's all you have and you're traveling, but when you get a gear head, trust me, your life will change. These are the traditional ones that I've been using. I do not want any of these anymore. So let's talk about geared heads. Obviously, the Manfrotto version has Manfrotto plates. These other ones have their own unique plates, some of which you can use an Arca Swiss plate. Some of them you have to use the one that it comes with. I'm not even going to do the Manfrotto ball head. This thing, it still drifts. So let's start with this Benro one here. This one here, Benro's got a nice, cool, anodized blue color to it. And what it has is, let me put it on here. So this is how it works. Twist it off, and you have a 3/8 inch thread, and all of these thread onto the 3/8 thing. So you just thread it on there. It's real easy to get on. You see this star shape? That's the clutch. You turn that, and if you turn it, then it's this one here. Then you can turn this thing, and then when you get it in a position, you let go, and then it doesn't turn anymore after that. And then this thing is the geared part, which you then turn to gear to fine tune that. I'm going to use this as my camera because it's big and it's heavy and it will tilt forward. And I'm not going to use lightweight small cameras because lightweight small cameras don't affect heads as much. So a lot of people are using full frame nowadays. And they like to use big manly looking lenses. So I'm going to use this one here as a weight. Now here you've got your 3 different geared positions. For the bottom one, which is the pan, you turn the clutch and you turn it in the position you want. You let go and it locks, and then I can fine tune that. This one here is the horizon tilt, and you turn it, let go, and then you fine tune that. And then this one is the up and down, forward tilt. Okay, now the thing that I don't like about this is these clutches here, these star-shaped things. They're metal and they hurt my little delicate fingers. Wah! I don't like having something that it just really hurts to turn these things. It works. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it other than this clutch. These spikes, they dig into your fingers. So I don't like this one. All right, now we go to a smaller one. Kind of like this one. This is the Sunway Photo GH Pro 2S. It's $219, 1.4 pounds, and it's a smaller size one. It's nice and small. The one thing about this is the plate on here, which I don't like, is you need a screwdriver or an Allen key to attach this to the bottom of your camera. I like the ones that have a little handle that flips out that you turn. This has something really cool. Check this out. Watch this. There's a little handle that flips out on each knob. The main panning thing you have to do by hand. You just do that by hand. You put it in the position where you want it, and then you lock it. Now you can close these and just turn the knobs. If you don't want to turn the knobs and you want to have a little more fun, you flip these things out. Look at this. How cool is that? You turn it this way and this way. Now it has only 2 geared heads, but this is fun. Look how smooth that is. You can tell there's a nice smooth motion. It's a small head. It doesn't weigh much. All right, so you turn the main pan by hand and then you lock it and then you turn these things to the angle that you want. No jiggling, no settling, no drift. That is so cool. I like this one a lot. It's $219 and it doesn't weigh much. It's 1.4 pounds. All right, next up we have the Knear 3-way geared head. This is $110, so it's not very expensive. 1.8 pounds, so it's a little heavier and it's pretty big. The thing I don't like about this, which is, well, it doesn't really matter because you don't have to use it, but the actual plate is kind of weird. It's round and it has the square things you can put in any direction. I assume you can use a different type of plate, but this plate turns and then lock it. If you can get your fingers under there, which is not easy, really hard to get to. It's not necessary because you can turn the whole thing down here. The clutches do not hurt as much as the Benro. Now, weird thing about this is it has 2 different see, this is what I hate about this thing is these clutches are not intuitive. You see this knob right here? You got to push that in or out. And we turn this, it won't turn at all. The clutch won't even work unless you move this thing. Now it'll work. Now you turn the clutch and you turn this into place. And then when you get it in place and you have to click this thing back, it's spring-loaded or back, but it's a 2-step process to move this clutch before you can work the knob, and it's not very intuitive. I don't like it. It's not fun or fast to use, so I don't like this one. Let's move on. This one is the K&F Concept GD3W. It's $189, weighs 1.7 pounds, and it's big like the other one. This has a clutch, just like the Knear, same looking clutch, but this one doesn't have the little locking lever in here. This one is automatically spring-loaded, so you just turn it and you can turn it and then let go and it locks in place. This plate does have a little lever in the bottom where you can turn with your fingers, so I like that. All right, so let's turn this into position here, let go, fine tune it, horizon tilt into position, let it go, then turn it into the angle we want, and then the main tilt up and down into position we want, let go, and then fine tune that. So here, let me turn this around for you here. Let go, tune it. So now we can turn that. This one works a lot better than the Knear. I like it more, but the gear movement is not that smooth. It's when you look through the camera, you can see it's kind of jerky a little bit, and the top clutch is kind of very close to the camera, so your finger kind of gets jammed in there. So that's the one thing about this. But it's got a cool looking anodized aluminum, just like their tripods, K&F does. So this one is good. It's okay, it's better. But again, the gear movement is not that smooth. So let's move on. All right, the next one is another small one. This is a Vertek Photo GH V5. It's $169 and it's 1.2 pounds. So this is the smallest, lightest one of the bunch that I'm showing you. It's not that bad. It's kind of nice. This is good for, I guess, if you're going to use a geared head for hiking and traveling, This is a nice small one. This is the smallest, lightest one. Looks like it'll take an Arca Swiss. I'm not sure if it can exactly, but it probably can. And this one does have the finger turning lever, which I really, really like. It moves in 3 directions, but it's only geared in 2 directions, pan and up, down, tilt. So what you do is you move it into position. This is how it works. There's no clutches you turn or anything. You turn the thing by hand into the position you want. And if you get it to where you want, then you can lock it. And then you turn the dial to fine tune it with the gears. This is really simple and elegant. You don't have to have 2 different things that work it. You turn it by hand into the position that you want, and when you get close enough, you lock that, and then you fine tune it with the gear knob. Now the horizon tilt does not have a geared head, so you have to unlock it here with this lever, and then you turn the horizon tilt to whatever you want, and then you lock it in place. And that's it. There's no geared head on that. But this is very, very stiff, and it's very smooth. It's not going to move. The locking lever is kind of close to the camera, which doesn't give you a lot of room to move, but it does work. You know what? This is like a normal head where you just turn it by hand in the position you want, you lock it, but the addition is that you can now fine tune with the geared head. As geared heads go, this one is really small. It doesn't weigh much, and it's very simple and easy to use. There's no like irritating clutches you have to work with, and it's so simple and easy. You just literally manually turn it, but it's got the geared, so it's not going to settle. I like this one. It's $169, 1.2 pounds, the smallest, lightest one. Now, interestingly enough, the 2 that I like so far are the smallest, lightest ones, but they only are geared in 2 directions. Now, for the one that I like the most, it is geared in 3 directions. It's not small, and at 1.8 pounds, it's one of the heaviest ones of the ones that I've showed you, but it's still pretty light for what it is overall. If you're hiking, it might become a little bit of weight, but it's my most favorite one. This is the Manfrotto MHX Pro 3WG. Light years difference. Adding the gears, is what makes all the difference. And boy, this is my most favorite one of all. It is so easy to use. First thing I like about it is you use a standard Manfrotto 200 PL plate. So that is really good because not only are they everywhere, but it's one of the fastest ways to attach a camera to a head. Bam, it's done. Like literally click, click, it's there, it's on. And to turn it, this is where it gets cool with this thing. Wow, it has these really cool levers like bicycle brakes. You squish it in and turn it and let go, and it locks it in place, and then you just turn the gear. Let's do it for the horizon. You push it in, turn it, let go, and it locks it, and then you turn that geared knob for the more precise gearing here. So push, let go, and then turn. That is so easy. Push, get in position, let go, turn. Oh, it's so fast and so easy. That is so, look at how precise. Nice, smooth, geared motion. No drifting, no settling. I love it. So this is my favorite one. So I want to turn around the other way. You tune it, click. It's so fast and so easy. I love this. Wow. Okay. This is the Manfrotto MHX Pro 3WG. It's $250, so it's not one of the cheaper ones. And it's 1.8 pounds, so it's not one of the lighter ones. But man, you get what you pay for. This is so fun and easy to use. So the ones that I like the most are, number 1, the Manfrotto MHX Pro 3WG, $250, 1.8 pounds. It's the biggest one, but the easiest, most fun to use, and by far the fastest to use. It's got the Manfrotto plate. Bam, it's on there. No twisting, no turning. It's just so easy to do. Number 1. Number 2, I like the little Vertek Photo GH V5, $169, 1.2 pounds. This is the smallest, lightest one. It only has 2 geared motions, but it's really smooth motion, really easy to use, no clutches. I love this one. This is my number 2. For hiking and traveling, it's probably the best choice. And number 3, the Sunway Photo GH Pro 2S, $219, 1.4 pounds. It has these nice levers that come out so you can turn this thing like this, which is really, really nice, smooth. This one's fun to use. They're all fun to use. These are my 3 favorite ones. These 2 are the smallest, lightest ones of the whole bunch that I've showed you. If you're doing studio work, definitely get this one. Definitely. I mean, nothing comes close to this one. All right, so here's all the stuff that I'm giving away today. I'm going to give away 3 of the Manfrotto MHX Pro 3W. 3 of these. 2 of the MH804 3W US. 2 of those. I'm going to give away the Ballhead, the big giant. I've only had this for like 1 day. Brand new, the blue shiny looking Benro, the orange shiny looking K&F, and the silver Neewer. All brand new. There you go. These are like $200 a piece each. Pick which one you want. MarcusFix.giveawayenter.com. Once you use geared heads, you will never go back. This is, what a life-changing experience this is. Look at this. This is so cool. It's like being in Hollywood. This is what they do in Hollywood. They have stuff like this. Yeah, definitely. Oh, trust me, this is going to change your life. I'll see you in the next video.